morning, I'm Alex King.
And I'm Nathan Edwards. Hot Mess Express this morning. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. The first ever Boo and Brew happening tonight in the Water Street District in downtown Dayton. This is going to be a bar crawl, Halloween themed. Ooh, spooky season. I'm a hot mess. That's okay.
Sorry.
Should be a
5
great.
a.m.
That is right.
You're allowed
5
to be
a.m.
at 5 a.m.
Hot Mess Express. Let's go.
And Wild Hearts African Zoo sharing this photo. Meet Miguel, the Patagonian. Okay, great spelling. Mara, the little guy, is joining others.
Yes, I'm not sure. I've never seen this animal before.
I haven't either.
Kind of look like
It's like a mixture of a bunny and
a kangaroo and a wombat.
Yes, yeah.
All together.
Cute. They're
All
really
together
cute.
now.
I want one.
I want one too. Make a little pet. Well, I guess the reason that they have these is because people try to have them as pets and it doesn't work out so well.
Oh.
Yeah, throwing that out there. And check out this Halloween display out on Westview Avenue in the city of Dayton. This is so cool. Now, we've seen these Halloween decorations at like Home Depot and Lowe's, like the super tall ones, but they go all out.
So cool. I love that.
They said the neighborhood kids love it.
Oh, I wish my neighborhood looked like this.
Me too. I got skeletons in my yard, but not like 10-foot tall skeletons that reach the top of the roof.
Yeah,
so,
I need to get something.
Yeah.
Like so many other, I'm heartbroken by the tragic loss of Palestinian life, including the explosion at the hospital in Gaza, which was not done by the Israelis.
Flyers and OSU's basketball teams will play Sunday to promote mental health awareness. Gwen Falloon shares details from last night's town hall leading up to the game.
The town hall is Coach Anthony's way of bringing some purpose to the pain his family is going through. His daughter lost her life after struggling with mental health. But last night, the Flyers men's basketball team, University of Dayton, and numerous local, state, and national organizations fought the stigma and educated people about the resources available for those who are struggling.
It could change the outcome for someone one of you cares about. Maybe for somebody in the audience that needs to hear the words.
The Flyers will take the court Sunday in a charity exhibition game against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The money raised will go towards local mental health organizations. If you or someone you know is struggling, there are resources available. The Montgomery County Animus Board has a crisis line you can call, and the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is also available. Just call or text 988. Back to you.
Future Wright State seniors can now register for Saturday's open house. Future students, that is. Prospective students and families can explore the Dayton campus, connect with current students, and learn why it's a great time to be a Raider. You'll get a 1-hour tour with a student ambassador of classrooms and residence halls. You can also talk one-on-one with faculty and explore the campus resource fair to answer questions about enrollment. The open house is tomorrow morning in the Student Union. Register now at wright.edu/Raider Open House.
Tomorrow is also Fall Visit Day for Sinclair Community College. Starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, students, families, and anyone in the community can stop by the Dayton campus. There you can learn about Sinclair's more than 300 degrees and certificate programs designed to prepare students for in-demand careers. They'll also have resources on financial aid and scholarships, transfer opportunities, and more. You can learn more at sinclair.edu. Today is the first day of Fairborn's annual Halloween Festival.
The event is all weekend long, so we sent Melena Brown out there to check it out and tell you everything you need to know before heading out. Melena, how's Halloween Town this morning?
Well, Nathan, it's quiet out here this morning, but I think it's going to be really fun. I found a new best friend. I'm going to step out of the way so that you guys can see him. He's actually pretty terrifying, but he's not alive, so That is the only thing keeping me from freaking out right now. But there is going to be so much to do this year. This is the 22nd annual event, and it's put on by the Fairborn area Chamber of Commerce. So let's see what all you're going to be able to do today. Or throughout the weekend. So today, tomorrow, and Saturday, you're going to be able to see the Spooktacular Parade, live music from 5 different bands. There's going to be a beer garden for all of our legal viewers, and then there's also a costume contest, a haunted museum, and a zombie walk, and of course a lot of great food. I'm already seeing the funnel cake truck, which personally I would probably spend all my money at because that is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. But just to remind people at home, this is a family-friendly event. You can bring your kids. There's going to be a trick-or-treat event from 1 to 2 p.m. on Sunday at some of the different designated vendors. So yeah, you definitely want to come out and enjoy what they have to offer all weekend long. Back to you.
Our time right now is 5:09. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
The State Department has issued a worldwide alert for U.S. citizens overseas. I'm Dee Dee Gatton in Washington. What you need to be aware of coming up.
You're watching Your Day.
Behind us, the U.S. State Department Facebook page where they issued a worldwide alert for U.S. citizens overseas.
Americans traveling or living in other countries to exercise increased caution. Now, Didi Gatton explains how this could impact you and what to be aware of. Didi.
This is the first worldwide alert since the killing of an al-Qaeda leader last year. Legal experts tell me, though this is for U.S. citizens overseas, they say no place is immune to being the target of a potential terrorist act.
The State Department issues a worldwide alert for Americans in other countries.
Due to increased tensions in various locations around the world, the potential for terrorist attacks, demonstrations, or violent actions against U.S. citizens and interests.
They advise U.S. citizens overseas to exercise increased caution due to international tensions. As of Thursday, we're told 32 Americans have died and 11 are unaccounted for after Hamas stormed into Israel.
When you have this type of climate with this type of concern, those special operation divisions and those SWAT teams are mobilized now 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm a little disappointed that the United States has not activated its military here at home with respect to mobilizing our National Guard.
Former FBI special agent and attorney Stuart Kaplan says in this day and age, when you're going to a venue, make sure you first have a plan in place should you have to get out.
If something was to happen, and have that plan in place so that we don't need to think about it, because that delay in thinking about it may be the difference between life and death.
The State Department advises enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program to help with your travel plans. Get information about safety conditions in your destination country and make it easier to locate you in an emergency overseas. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Didi Gatton.
It is a sopping wet start to your Friday. It's going to be probably a wet weekend overall, but there is some optimism in me that we'll get some drier periods. So not saying that we're going to be stuck inside all weekend, but it is not trending very much so a great weekend by any stretch of imagination. So here we are, scattered showers, heavier rain, northeast corner of Darke County. Meanwhile, temperatures hanging out right around 50. Don't have a lot of wind chill. As you'd imagine, the wind chills are negligible when you do get temperatures near 50, but we are going to get near 60 degrees today. We're going to go ahead and call it showers likely. After the morning, realistically, it's more of a light rain. We will start to get things quieting down. Meanwhile, it will be generally cloudy, although I could still see a scenario where we still have a couple of showers for your Friday night football games. Meanwhile, for tonight, temperatures low 40s, partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures tomorrow should be around 60, so it's going to be all intents and purposes 2 straight days of kind of wet weather, although tomorrow should be a little bit drier. Sunday into Monday, that's your cool period. In fact, Monday morning, I'm thinking we could probably see the first widespread frost of the season. Beyond that, the big storyline is milder weather moving in for the middle of next week. On the roads this morning, it's wet outside. Keep that in mind. Give yourself plenty of extra time and space this morning because we do have to be on the lookout for any puddles or just any slick spots. But right for now, only incident James H. McGee Boulevard at Rosendale.
Our time right now is 5:17. A massive matchup in Columbus. Ohio State and Penn State both trying to stay unbeaten. Just ahead, Kellyanne Stitz has a preview of the top 10 showdown.
You're watching Your Day.
It is time for Pet of the Day here on Your Day, where we celebrate pets even when the weather, well, frankly, isn't cooperating. And today, I don't think the weather is going to cooperate much. It's rare that we have yellows across the board, but a couple things going on. Number one, it's going to be on again, off again showers throughout much of the daytime. Number two, with the rain that occurred yesterday, a lot of us are going to have to deal with muddy paws, but that doesn't mean that we can't celebrate pets. So let's do it, shall we? Emma Lou joins us today. Autumn sent in Emma Lou 100 pounds of fun and love. Boy, you love to see a dog having a good time with the toys. It's one of those days, though, again, a lot of inside play may be the theme of the day instead of outside play. If you're looking for a time to get outside, probably going to be Sunday. Still going to be kind of damp outside, but at least we won't see rain on the way. Meanwhile, there's plenty of rain on the roads this morning, so if you are traveling, give yourself that extra time outside. We aren't going to be dealing with any, let's say, heavy-duty weather, meaning massive thunderstorms, but it is going to be showery in nature.
Huge top 10 matchup taking place in Columbus tomorrow in a battle of unbeatens. Number 3 Ohio State versus number 7 Penn State.
The game can be seen on Fox 45 at noon. Kellyanne Stitz is a preview of Saturday's showdown at the Horseshoe.
Ohio State is facing Big East rival Penn State for the 31st straight season. Penn State comes to town with the top defense in the country.
47 and another sack.
The fourth quarter battles and drama that follows this series makes this one enticing, especially for the Pennsylvania kid, Kyle McCord.
Penn State's like the school that everybody dreams of going to, and so obviously been to a bunch of Penn State games. Actually got to see them play Ohio State in 2018, the whiteout game, when Dwayne led them back in that comeback win. In the recruiting process, they were great. They were probably my number 2 choice, but when Coach Day gave me the green light to commit, there was really no doubt that, this was the place to be.
While his high school teammate Marvin Harrison Jr. grew up mostly watching NFL, the star receiver is looking forward to testing himself against a secondary currently ranked the best at defending the pass, including corner Kalen King.
Everybody kind of more so focused on the Joey Porter matchup, but then he obviously was at the corner on the other side, and I got a chance to go get him a couple times as well. But he's definitely one of the best corners that I've faced in my college career. I have tremendous respect for him. He's definitely going to go on to do great things at the next level as well.
And Saturday will be a homecoming for Medina native and Nittany Lion quarterback Drew Aller. The 5-star recruit will get the chance to play in the shoe, but in dark blue and white.
I mean, I did grow up going to Ohio State games, like a lot of us did in Ohio. They got a great fan base, a great atmosphere. Get to be very challenging atmosphere. I think it's nothing we're not prepared for.
Both signal callers are preparing to lead their teams into a fourth quarter battle. Ohio State has won the last 6 meetings by an average margin of 8 points. For the Football Fever, I'm Kellyanne Stitz reporting.
The number of sick days Americans take every year has soared since the pandemic, according to employee payroll data. COVID and a rise of illnesses such as RSV, which require days away from work, are one reason. But the Wall Street Journal spoke to managers and HR executives who also attribute the jump to a bigger shift in the way many Americans relate to their jobs. Well, more than 100,000 people in Britain are part of a comprehensive healthcare study, one of the largest in history. The National Health Service there hopes to find out who gets sick, with what, and when, and why, and if intervening early can help. Each volunteer will generate hundreds of data points for researchers immediately and billions when their genomes are sequenced. Britain, like the U.S., is dealing with out-of-control healthcare costs. And snoozing could mean winning, not losing. A new Swedish study says that extra few minutes of sleep by hitting the snooze button could lead to more mental alertness later in the day. However, broadly speaking, experts say there's not strong evidence to definitively prove whether it's a bad or good idea to hit the snooze button. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Here's your health.
It's time to celebrate in sweet and savory soul food favorite. Bust out the maple syrup because it's National Chicken and Waffles Day. Had waffles for dinner last night. Love this. Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in Southern California. Founded the day in 2021. And what's not to love? Chicken and waffles is hearty, satisfying, sweet, and works for breakfast or dinner. The meal has been a staple for African Americans and the Pennsylvania Dutch for over 150 years. If you celebrate today, you can post on social media using the hashtag Chicken and Waffles Day. Yum.
Love me some chicken and waffles.
Now, do you go hot chicken or do you just go like regular chicken?
Hot chicken.
I figured as much.
Everything's spicy
Come
for
on, man.
Alex.
Yeah, no,
It's just spicy.
If there's an option for hot sauce, I'm definitely all there.
I'm the type, I don't do chicken and waffles. I'm more of an eggs Benedict person. That's just, I'm just one of those that's just my brunch of choice.
I generally drift towards the more savory,
Yeah.
you know, but that's the perk of chicken and waffles. You get a little bit of both. You get savory, sweet. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Me too.
Our time right now is 5:26, still to come.
Fairborn's Halloween Festival starts today. We're going to tell you all about it coming up next.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
I'm Alex King. Here are 3 quick stories to get your day started. In Missouri, an 8-acre corn maze inspired by Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid is becoming the talk of the town. This is so cool. The owner's daughter wanted to do Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in a heart, but went with this instead.
Don't get lost in the stash.
Love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet. It's hilarious. By the way, he takes credit for setting them up, Travis and Taylor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by the way. A California man won $10 million without picking his own ticket. Brent Young says he let a clerk help him choose, and he ended up winning the top prize for the game. Since he let the clerk help him choose, does he have to, you know, give them some money?
Right. You'd think you'd get something out of it.
Buy them a ticket?
I want to win money.
I know. Sorry.
Dang.
I mean, it's not, you don't get all of that
just
money
start
because of
playing.
taxes and stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still, you still get a couple million.
Still extra cash.
God, that'd be nice.
Ugh.
Sign me up.
Here in Ohio, hundreds of dressed up zombies hit the streets of Wadsworth last night for Scare on the Square and the 10th annual Wadsworth Thriller. People every year come together to recreate spooky scenes from Michael Jackson's iconic Thriller music video.
I counted 2 Michael Jacksons. I'm sure there were more, but yeah.
So when I was growing up dancing, we did like a Thriller routine.
Yeah? You still got it?
No.
She's not willing to do
No.
it, AKA.
We're good.
You know. All right, now to our top story this morning. Now focusing on Israel. With the war dominating news coverage in your social media feed, you might feel uneasy or depressed about the state of the world. Lydia Mice spoke with a mental health expert who explains how you can process world events and explain them to your children.
Just know that this is impacting all of us, and what's going on in the world right now, it's just very anxiety provoking for everyone, no matter how well wrapped you are, how tightly wrapped you are.
Mental health experts saying that it's important to stay informed on what's going on in the world. But images like the ones out of Israel and Gaza can cause anyone to start feeling anxious or depressed. Dr. Christina Waite, the medical director for psychiatry at Miami Valley Hospital, says don't be afraid to reach out for help, even if you've never needed it before.
When you need help is when, you can't turn it off, you're obsessing about it, it's starting to affect your day-to-day life and how you function and what you choose to do. And maybe you're not having fun anymore. Maybe you can't relax.
And it's not just adults who might be watching the news and feeling uneasy about the world we live in. Dr. Waite urges parents to watch what media your child is consuming.
And I think the children need some context for things. So it's important to, explain to them that the world isn't constantly an unsafe place. On the contrary, there are many good people that try to protect them and care about them.
And if you don't know where to start when it comes to mental health treatment, don't be afraid of your local hospital.
You can always go to the emergency room if all else fails. We're there, Miami Valley Hospital, where I work, we're there all the time.
If you're struggling, head to the web version of the story at Dayton247now.com. We've got a link to Premier Health outpatient services designed to help with depression, anxiety, and much more.
Good morning. Here's what we're looking at for today. It is a cloudy start to your morning with embedded showers across southern part of our area, northern part of our area is more or less still continuing with that rainfall. We do expect it to be a morning where there's likely to be showers and periods of light rain. No temperatures in the 50s. When does it stop? Optimistically, it begins to stop as we get into Friday night football. We'll call it generally cloudy, but there still could be a couple of showers even as of late of 7 p.m. So maybe wise just to have that umbrella even if you're going to the games tonight. Just a reminder, we're on social media, so go there and check us out. Your Day Dayton. We've got the podcast coming up later today, so go there and check that out. On the roads this morning, it is wet. It is not exactly an ideal way to start your day, but alas, it's Friday, so we've got that going for us. Might as well enjoy it.
I'm still running for speaker, and I plan to go to the floor and get the votes and win this race. But I want to go talk with a few of my colleagues. Particularly, I want to talk with the 20 individuals who voted against me.
You're taking a live look at Washington, D.C. right now. Ohio Representative Jim Jordan holding a news conference this morning, hours before his expected third attempt to win Speaker of the House. The Troy native spent yesterday trying to coax holdouts to build support for his bid, but some GOP members are already exploring other options. Most of the 22 Republicans who voted against him on the second ballot Wednesday say they're firm in their decision.
An update on the controversial battery burning program in Piqua. The Ohio EPA released their 7-page report on violations found at the site of the burns. Inspectors say the company ESRG were, quote, outside the scope, meaning the company violated the open burning permit issued to the city. They also say they've received 17 complaints since May this year. Now people in Piqua say they still want more testing. The Ohio EPA told our station they're waiting for air quality data from ESRG before making another move. To read more on this story and others like it, head to Dayton247now.com. You can find this story on our homepage. There you'll find more details and pictures from the site.
The Ohio Department of Health releasing new warning about e-cigarettes and vapes. In a news conference yesterday, Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff says more teens and young adults are vaping. He says his team is working to combat the rise and warn Ohioans about the dangers of nicotine. A silver lining, the number of adult cigarette smokers has decreased, as well as the number of middle school and high school smokers.
Today is the first day of Fairborn's annual Halloween Festival.
Should be a good time. The event is all weekend long. We sent Melena Brown out to Fairborn this morning to check out everything you need to know before you head out. Melena.
Good morning. As you can see, I'm making lots of friends. This very friendly looking clown. We have some more people over here. Busters, just so many different friends to make while I'm out here that are just totally not scary at all. So this is the 22nd annual Halloween Festival in Fairborn. It's put on by the Fairborn Area Chamber of Commerce, and they have an incredible weekend planned. So starting today at 4 p.m. all the way until Sunday at 6 p.m., you, your friends, your family can come out and enjoy the spooktacular parade. They're going to have live music from 5 different bands, a beer garden for everyone 21 and up, and then there's also a costume contest, a haunted museum, and a zombie walk, which sounds really fun. And then of course a ton of great food. I'm sure that everybody's going to be coming out to get their favorite festival food before the end of the year, because after this, you know, we go into Thanksgiving, which is still an amazing time of the year. And of course it's family friendly. They are going to have a trick-or-treat event on Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. where kids can come, go to different vendors and do their trick-or-treating. So stay tuned throughout the morning. We're going to keep walking all over and see what different friends that I can make. Back to you.
Yeah.
Have fun out there, Melena.
Oh, Foy's is an absolute staple and so much fun.
Yes, I love Fairborn.
Yeah, me too.
I know how to go do it. All right, our time right now is 5:36. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Time flies when you're having fun. The final week of the regular season for high school football. Just ahead, Adam Arrow recaps the last game of Thursday Night Lights.
You're watching Your Day. Tonight ends the regular season for high school football, and last night we wrapped up another year for Thursday Night Lights. Adam Arrow has a recap of Dunbar versus Ponitz.
What a fitting place to end our season of Thursday Night Lights than here at Welcome Stadium, a revamped Welcome Stadium, as Dunbar took on opponents tonight. Dunbar comes out the champion, 36-0, the final score. They take home the Thursday Night Lights trophy on the back of some big plays from their offensive playmakers, as well as a stifling defense that shut out a opponent's team that did not quit throughout the night tonight. Dunbar looks like they are moving on to the playoffs. This is them getting the trophy.
A great win for you guys to end the season. Maybe you can just give me a couple of notes. What was the key for you guys to get a lot of turnovers forced and a lot of points here at the end of the game?
Yeah, so it's all about being able to overcome adversity. We had some situations where we needed to overcome. We were able to put some points up, come out victorious.
Well, Coach, I've already seen your players ready to celebrate this regular season finale win, so I think it's time we give you guys our Thursday Night Lights least famous recipe chicken champions trophy. Here you go, guys.
So again, another excellent season of Thursday Night Lights ending here at Welcome Stadium. Dunbar, they take home the trophy, winning 36-0 over opponents tonight. Now their journey in the playoffs has begun.
We are still contending with showers this morning. The showers actually pretty heavy right now across just to the east of Clinton County. So it gives you an idea. Every once in a while, we'll see just a shower or two pop up that's a bit heavier. This will continue on again, off again throughout much of the morning into the afternoon. By evening, it's going to be more cloudy than anything else, but there still could be one or two showers in the area. Tomorrow morning may start out a little bit quieter for some of us, but I expect clouds to move in second half of the day. And frankly, we could actually see another round of very light rain. Sunday also going to start out a little bit more quiet. Difference is Sunday will be significantly cooler. Sunday, less likely for us to get out of the mid-50s.
Our time right now is 5:42. Oh my gourd! Look at that thing. Just ahead, some record-setting pumpkins during a massive week for fall fun.
You're watching Your Day. A recent survey sheds light on how some job candidates perceive the hiring process, and over 1/3 of candidates have experienced discriminatory interview questions.
Dee Dee Gatton joins us with a breakdown of the findings and reaction from workers. Dee Dee.
A survey by hiring software company Greenhouse reveals some job candidates are allegedly being asked illegal questions during the interview process, and it may happen more than you think. The 2023 Greenhouse Candidate Interview Experience Report surveyed 1,200 U.S.-based candidates. The report says over 1/3 of candidates, 34%, have been asked a discriminatory interview question, and the most common questions were focused on age, race, or gender.
I have experienced myself, individuals, while they were interviewing me, asking me, oh, I kind of sense an accent there. Even making some questions in regards to, oh, you look like you're probably in your mid 40s.
I think a better approach for the employer is to hone in on those essential job functions and ask about things that indicate whether they can perform those functions.
According to federal employment law, applicants are protected from employment discrimination based on several factors, including race, age, 40 or older, and sex, including gender identity. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Dee Dee Gatton.
Coming up this week on Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson, questions on security concerns here in the United States following the invasion of Hamas terrorists in Israel. Looking at the southern border where illegal immigrants are crossing, Full Measure looks into the 160 people who were stopped by Border Patrol this past year who were identified on the terror watch list.
The stakes are much, much higher with there being new international terrorism, specifically in Israel. My constituents and I are tremendously anxious that those military-age males especially who are coming across our borders illegally might cause the same terrorism in our own nation that is being caused in the Middle East right now.
This week, Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson examines the threat within. You can watch Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson this Sunday at 7:30 a.m. right here on ABC 22 or at 10:30 p.m. on Fox 45.
Good morning. We are waking up to a cloudy start here over the Dayton area. Of course, it's not just cloudy, but it's also fairly damp outside. Temperatures are right for now in the 50s. And when you look over the winds, there's not a ton of wind, but we do expect these winds to pick up. And frankly, it's going to lead to what is just not going to be a very pleasant day. There's no other way to put it. This time of year, okay, we'll take a day where it's, let's say, 59, but sunny and calm winds. But this is just not it. It's going to be mid to upper 50s, probably getting up to around 60 for some of us, Dayton and Point South. But that's going to be dependent on where exactly the rain showers go. If you're going to the games tonight, optimistically about 7 p.m., a lot of the rain will have moved out of the area. Still think that there's going to be a window for a shower or two to be in the area, perhaps as late as that kickoff. As for tonight, 42 degrees. We'll call it partly to mostly cloudy. I think there will likely be some periods where it does clear out. That even includes tomorrow morning. Tomorrow itself, generally the second half day will be cloudy with a couple showers possible. Tomorrow, those temperatures do crash as we get into Sunday. Sunday starting in the upper 30s, only getting into the mid 50s. Beyond Sunday, I think Monday we could see the first really widespread frost of the season, and beyond that, temperatures do moderate. In fact, midweek next week, we'll be back in the 70s. As for traffic this morning, so far so quiet. Haven't had any tie-ups or concerns, despite the fact that roads are very much so wet.
Our time right now is 5:49. Is that a statue? No, it's a mannequin. Man, in minutes, a criminal caught on camera coming to life after hours.
Oh my gosh, you're watching Your Day.
the Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Good morning and welcome to the Watson's weather patio, where it is quite chilly. I thought that the sweatshirt or the sweater would be enough this morning. I may have been mistaken. It is, again, pretty chilly outside, but here's what's going on right for now. A little bit of a mist out here, so we are dealing with that. In addition, we have plenty of wetness on the pavers. The pavers actually have puddles on them. It's one of those mornings where if you're putting kids on the bus, you maybe want to make sure that they have proper footwear. I've actually worn waterproof shoes out here because I knew that I'd be basically doing this and then heading out later on this morning. One thing I'd also like to point out, not only is it going to be showery, it may start to become a little bit more breezy, and that wind can cut through you, especially if you are wearing something that isn't waterproof. So again, it's not just the feet that you have to worry about, it's also perhaps maybe, you know, the entire body. Jackets are a great idea for today's main takeaway. The other thing of note, the showers should start to wrap up as we get into the evening hours. Still think, though, we're going to be due in for a lot of rain during the front part of today. So right for now across the area, again, showers likely with these temperatures remaining in the 50s all throughout the day.
Spooky season is here, and we're getting excited this weekend. Starting in Fairborn Friday through Sunday, you can head out to the 12th annual Halloween Festival. There's going to be shopping, games, a spooktacular parade, costume contest, beer garden, live music, food trucks, so much for everyone. So that's going to be a really exciting event to attend. Next, we're heading to Centerville for Truck or Treat. That's going to be at Oak Grove Park starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday. There's going to be candy, so you can go trick-or-treating for the little ones, and there's also going to be a ton of official law enforcement vehicles. That'll be really great to check out as well, and you can provide donations to Isaiah 117. And then we're going to head over to the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force. They're hosting Troops and Treats. It's going to be a day full of trick-or-treating and Halloween-themed activities. That's, again, going to be on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Overall, a lot of great, fun events happening this weekend. Back to you guys.
1,000 people and myself were just shocked at how much this pumpkin weighed. It taped at 2,070, an estimated weight, and I was put in 5th position out of 49 pumpkins. And once it got on the scale, I thought it said 2,040, and it was 2,420, and I couldn't believe it.
That's insane. Far from the pumpkin you put on your porch. A record-breaking gourd turning up in the Badger State during a record-setting weekend. Now, this massive pumpkin is the new record holder for a pumpkin grown in Wisconsin. Again, it weighs 2,420 pounds. It's bigger pumpkin than the new Ohio record set Wednesday at the Circleville Pumpkin Show, which came in at 2,388 pounds. But the big winner for the week is in California, where a pumpkin named Pohaka broke the Golden State record at 2,497 pounds. Wow.
It's healthy to hit snooze. New studies say snoozing your alarm can actually be beneficial. This from a report published in the Journal of Sleep Research. Briefly snoozing can be healthier compared to waking up after the first alarm going off. The research found that brief snooze periods can help against mood decline, improve cognitive functioning, and alleviate sleep inertia. The study, which was conducted on adults, found that most snoozers are younger and not morning people, and they sleep an average of 13 minutes less on work days than people who never snooze.
That story was picked for me. I hit snooze like 10 times. In Poland, a simple ID has landed a 22-year-old behind bars. A Warsaw man was caught after he robbed a mall posing as a mannequin. Take a close look at this right there on your screen. Check out this guy. A statue in a shop window, and he comes to life after the mall closes. The poser allegedly stole clothes, jewelry, food, and more than one occasion. In one incident, surveillance images show the suspect enjoying a meal at a restaurant in the food court after it was closed. Police officers have charged the suspect with theft and burglary. This guy is not very bright. And how do people not see this?
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so my oldest son, he's 6. He likes to pretend to pose with mannequins in the stores. He'll go up and hold like the family's hand and just stand still and see if people notice.
You know, that is good humor though. Like, how many times have you walked out though and like a mannequin, or you get scared because someone jumps out at you, you think they're a mannequin or just something else?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it where a person's just like, get me out of this job. I want to go home. And next thing you know, the mannequin's moving next to you.
Yeah, that would creep me out. The pictures were creepy enough.
Yeah, that's.
And come on, like people, there are cameras everywhere. How do criminals not know this by now? There are literally cameras everywhere.
Because they don't care at this point.
They're just really dumb.
They're just trying to get away with it any way they can.
But you know what? I'll take those types of dumb stories all day.
Let me put it this way. You want to know how great like kids are? I had a kid come to my door and say, "Oh, I wasn't at your door. You touched my Ring doorbell." Literally, it's a camera on it.
They'll learn. They'll learn. We got a lot more coming up on your day at 6 a.m.
We're in Fairborn this morning getting ready for their Halloween festival. I'm going to share everything you need to know coming up next.
And next 2 days, we are looking at showers across the area. Temperatures in the mid-50s on Sunday. Monday morning, that's going to be, honestly, pretty cold. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, huzzah, huzzah, we're back in the low 70s.
You're watching Your Day. Good morning, I'm Alex King.
And I'm Nathan Edwards. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. The first ever Boo and Brew is happening tonight in the Water Street District. Should be a good old time. Now it's a Halloween bar crawl featuring 4 different bars. So
if I were to go to a bar crawl, this would be the kind of bar crawl I would want to go to.
Oh yeah, they got some good stuff down there. Yeah, and the thing too is Water Street District, it is growing tremendously down there, and you know it's great to see them having tons of events.
It'll be so fun.
Boo. Love it.
Wild Hearts African Zoo sharing this super cute photo. Meet Miguel, the Patagonian Mara. The little guy is joining others.
I never heard of Maras before. And they kind of look like capybara. Have you ever seen those?
Yes.
Like those videos online? Love it.
But they're like that's like a mix of that and bunnies.
Yeah, apparently they somebody tried having one of these as a pet. It escaped. And so they took it in at Wild Hearts.
Aww.
Folks at Wild Hearts do amazing stuff. You get tours out there. So if you want to go check out one of these Maras, you can do so. Just reach out to them. And check out this Halloween decoration on Westview Avenue in Dayton.
Oh.
Yeah, I love it when people go all out for spooky season.
Sick.
So it's cool because like my neighborhood, we have like a core group of houses that we all decorate. And if you drive through, It's just fun.
On a scale of 1 to this, how close is your house to that?
Not even, no. Mine are not as...
2?
Yeah, I mean, we have like 3 skeletons. I got one hanging upside down in a tree. I got one climbing a tree, and I got one being eaten by a spider.
Okay, I will give it a 4.
Yeah, I put in
Mine's a
effort,
1.
more effort than most.
I have nothing. I have pumpkins.
You gotta get your life together.
I know.
It's okay.
Like so many other, I'm heartbroken by the tragic loss of Palestinian life, including the explosion at the hospital in Gaza, which was not done by the Israelis.
Looking now at the White House, President Biden is preparing to ask Congress for over $100 billion in aid for Israel and Ukraine today.
This comes after a speech from the Oval Office last night. There he said a 2-state solution for Israel and Palestine is still the goal and everyone deserves to live in peace. Now, the president made the case to send aid to Israel and Ukraine amid the war efforts. He linked the two conflicts, saying America holds the world together and our alliances are important to our own safety.
It's a smart investment that's going to pay dividends for American security for generations. Help us keep American troops out of harm's way. Help us build a world that is safer, more peaceful, more prosperous for our children and grandchildren.
We expect to learn the exact details of the proposal today. It could include $14 billion in emergency assistance for Israel and about $60 billion for Ukraine. The issue now heads to Congress, which currently cannot pass any spending bills until the House appoints a new speaker.
Good morning. We are still continuing with the showers across the area. The head of the comma, or basically the entire low, still out to the northwest, so still over in Muncie. Once this drops in, this is going to be more of a steady rain as opposed to right now where, for the most part, it's scattered showers. There are a couple of areas where we aren't seeing too much in a way of rain, but later on, it's just one of those days where it's going to be wet at times. Temperatures low to mid 50s. Frankly, it's just not going to be particularly that fun to be outside. But for this time of year, it's not like this is ridiculously cold. It's just simply a cool forecast. Just a reminder, we are on social media, so go follow us at Your Dayton on Facebook, Instagram, and the X. As for traffic this morning, haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns to write home about, but again, due to the fact that it is very wet outside, you may want to give yourself some extra time on the roadways.
A years-long search for a murder suspect is now over. You're taking a live look at the Montgomery County Jail's website where this man, Anthony Smith, aka Taterhead, is in custody. Trotwood police and the FBI searched for Smith since last May. Smith is accused of shooting and killing Bobby Daniels on North Sherry Drive. Police say the shooting stemmed from an argument over property. He's facing murder and felonious assault charges.
The Montgomery County coroner needs your help identifying a person found dead last week near East Hudson Avenue. Now, the person is believed to be a Caucasian man, 5'9", with brown hair. When found, the man had black shoes, gray black pants, and gray Levi jacket, 2 necklaces with a Jordan emblem and a medallion. He also has a circular pattern tattoo on his right shoulder. Now, if you have any information, you're asked to call the coroner's office. That number is 937-225-4156.
The former Dayton Public Schools employee accused of knocking down a child in this video now pleads not guilty. This is the first mugshot for Derek Sorrells. He appeared in court for the first time yesterday. He's facing 1 count of assault and 2 counts of endangering children. In the video, you can see a 3-year-old child with autism running down the hallway of Rosa Parks Early Learning Center. Then the boy is hit in the head, knocked to the ground, and carried away by his ankles. If convicted, Sorrells could spend a year in prison. He's expected back in court later this month.
We've got new information on the indictment against former Columbus Zoo executive Greg Bell, who's accused of stealing millions from the zoo. Now, prosecutors say Bell agreed to testify against his 2 co-defendants, former zoo CEO Tom Stolf and former marketing director Peter Fingerhut. Yesterday, Bell pleaded guilty to 14 charges, including conspiracy, aggravated theft, and tampering with evidence. He faces a maximum of 33.5 years behind bars and a $20,000 fine.
The University of Dayton is shining a spotlight on mental health. The Flyers and OSU's basketball teams will play Sunday to promote mental health awareness. Gwyneth Falloon shares details from last night's town hall leading up to the game.
The town hall is Coach Anthony's way of bringing some purpose to the pain his family is going through. His daughter lost her life after struggling with mental health. But last night, the Flyers men's basketball team, University of Dayton, and numerous local, state, and national organizations fought the stigma and educated people about the resources available for those who are struggling.
It could change the outcome for someone one of you cares about. Maybe for somebody in the audience that needs to hear the words.
The Flyers will take the court Sunday in a charity exhibition game against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The money raised will go towards local mental health organizations. If you or someone you know is struggling, there are resources available. The Montgomery County Adams Board has a crisis line you can call, and the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is also available. Just call or text 988. Back to you.
Today is the first day of Fairborn's annual Halloween Festival.
The event is all weekend long. We sent Melena Brown out to check it out and tell you everything you need to know before heading out. Melena?
Well, Nathan, right now I'm outside of a display case, which I'm sure it would make you happy if someone jumped and tried to scare me, but these creatures are kind of scary enough. You can take a look. We have some zombies here. We have some haunted pumpkins that look absolutely terrifying. But if you want to know, this is the 22nd annual Halloween Fest in Fairborn. It's put on by the Chamber of Commerce, who we're going to be speaking with in a little bit, and they have a really fun weekend plan. So starting today at 4 p.m. in the afternoon until all the way until Sunday at 6 p.m. you can come out, you can bring your family, you can bring your friends and enjoy a ton of fun stuff. They're going to have a parade, they're going to have a beer garden for anyone that is of legal age. They're also going to have live music throughout the weekend. They are going to have a costume contest, which sounds really fun. I'm sure people really go all out for that. And then across the street in a little bit, I'm going to show you guys the Haunted Museum. And then they also have a zombie walk. And just in the last few minutes, I have seen more of the food trucks come and get dropped off. So that's going to be kicked off in a little bit. I'm really excited to see all of the people coming in over the next few hours and getting set up, and definitely coming back out to get some good festival food before it's too late. And again, this event is family friendly. So if you want to bring your kids, be sure to do that. They're going to have a trick-or-treat event for them on Sunday. So again, we're just going to be walking through this morning and showing you guys what all they're going to have to offer this weekend. Back to you.
Looks like such a good time.
Yeah, I've been out the last couple of years. So much fun down there. The costume contest, top notch. People go all out.
Yeah, absolutely. Our time right now is 5:09. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
A multi-million-dollar impact in Fairborn in minutes. The developer looking to clean up a large empty structure.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. We are waking up to a wet start to your day. It'll be wet overall. We'll show you the pet of the day coming up in just a bit. But first, let's talk about out the door today. Temperatures anywhere from mid 50s to upper 50s during the heart of the daytime, but that's also where we do expect a lot of the showers. As for tonight, we will see some showers across the area. I do think it'll be the type of one where it probably wraps up right around the time that some of the football games get going. So I would say 4, 5, 6 p.m. I know that's that transition between afternoon and evening, but that's more likely for rain once you get to about 7, 8. It by and large will have moved down. And then from there, it'll be just mostly cloudy, damp, and of course cool as well, as these temperatures do fall to somewhere in a ballpark of around 50 degrees as we start wrapping up the football games. Meanwhile, if you're on the roads this morning, so far it's been a fairly quiet morning commute. Do have 2 incidents worth pointing out, though. One at James H. McGee Boulevard in Rosedale, excuse me. Another at North Monument Ave and North Main Street.
Our time right now is 6:13. A massive matchup in Columbus, Ohio State and Penn State, both trying to stay unbeaten. Just ahead, Kelly Ann Stitz has a preview of the top 10 showdown.
You're watching Your Day.
A huge top 10 matchup taking place in Columbus tomorrow in a battle of unbeatens. Number 3 Ohio State versus number 7 Penn State.
The game can be seen on Fox 45 at noon, and Kelly Ann Stitz has a preview of Saturday's showdown in the Horseshoe.
Ohio Ohio State is facing Big East rival Penn State for the 31st straight season. Penn State comes to town with the top defense in the country.
47 and another sack.
The fourth quarter battles and drama that follows this series makes this one enticing, especially for the Pennsylvania kid, Kyle McCord.
Penn State's like the school that everybody dreams of going to, and so obviously been to a bunch of Penn State games. Actually got to see them play Ohio State in 2018, the whiteout game, when Dwayne led them back in that comeback win. In the recruiting process, they were great. They were probably my number 2 choice, but when Coach Day gave me the green light to commit, there was really no doubt that this was the place to be.
While his high school teammate Marvin Harrison Jr. grew up mostly watching NFL, the star receiver is looking forward to testing himself against a secondary currently ranked the best at defending the pass, including corner Kalen King.
Everybody kind of more so focused on the Joey Porter matchup, but then he obviously was at the corner on the other side, and I got a chance to go get him a couple times as well. But he's definitely one of the best corners that I faced in my college career. I have tremendous respect for him. He's definitely going to go on to do great things at the next level as well.
And Saturday will be a homecoming for Medina native and Nittany Lion quarterback Drew Aller. The 5-star recruit will get the chance to play in the shoe, but in dark blue and white.
I mean, I did grow up going to Ohio State games, like a lot of us did in Ohio. They got a great fan base, a great atmosphere. Get to be very challenging atmosphere. I think it's nothing we're not prepared for.
Both signal callers are preparing to lead their teams into a fourth quarter battle. Ohio State has won the last 6 meetings by an average margin of 8 points. For the Football Fever, I'm Kellyanne Stitz reporting.
Good morning. Here's the view right now over Dayton itself. Cloudy start to your AM. It is going to be a relatively, I would say, similar day temperature-wise, maybe a little bit on the cooler side compared to yesterday, where, of course, we did have the rain moving in. Temperatures low 50s this morning, 50 even in Eaton, Richmond, Wapakoneta, Urbana. So if you're going by mode, of course, bringing you back to old elementary school mode there in terms of numbers, it's 50. As for today, be around 60. A lot of us will actually fall short of 60. I'm just presently thinking at the moment that based on showers, if we do get that extended break during the middle part of the day, or at least a good break, we'll probably get a couple of these temperatures up to 60, but a lot of us will be upper 50s, if not mid 50s. Then for tonight, 42 degrees, so cooler start to your day. Pretty much similar middle part of the day with highs near 60. Temperatures on Sunday will be in the mid to upper 50s. We're pointing out Monday, Tuesday, we will likely see this warmth, although Monday morning in particular will be quite a bit cooler. From there, it's low 70s, and it's just a question mark of how long can that linger. Some of the models have it ending as soon as, frankly, Wednesday. Others have it extending into the weekend, so for right now, I'll hold with the forecast, but it does look like somewhere on Thursday into Friday, more chances of showers as well. On the roads this morning, speaking of those showers, they have led to a very wet morning commute. Haven't seen any major tie-ups or concerns as of right now.
Topping this morning's Dayton Business Journal headlines, a Kentucky-based developer has a vision for the former site of a Kmart and Kroger in Fairborn. Cobblestone Capital plans to convert the area into 580 self-storage units and possibly add commercial and multifamily units. That would happen at East Dayton Yellow Springs Road. The expected economic impact of the projects is worth $25 to $35 million. To read more about this story and others like it, head to Dayton247now.com. Just click on the news tab and then select Dayton Business Journal.
Our time right now is 6:20. Digital producer Max is out, but the Fall Fun continues. Your Facebook poll question coming up in minutes.
You're watching Your Day.
Time for Pet of the Day here on Your Day. Of course, we celebrate pets even on days where, well, the weather is not much to celebrate. Today we've got Emma Lou. Emma Lou is sent in by Autumn. Big thank you to Autumn for sending in Emma, who here is playing with the toy. 100 pounds of fun and love. And I do love a dog that is a little bit of a bigger dog, and Emma certainly is that, but I just love a dog that's that big and that sweet. Now, as for today, temperatures mid to upper 50s. This particular model is going very much so cool, and that's what I would expect across at least portions of the Miami Valley. Based on the number of showers and everything else, it's going to be a struggle for us to get to 60. I think there could be a couple spots that do it, but that's going to be highly dependent on where exactly the showers end up, plus, of course, where you're starting out. Obviously, it's a lot more difficult for us to get to 60, especially if temperatures are around 50 degrees. So keep in mind today, not exactly a pinnacle of warmth. We will continue, though, with some cooler temperatures as well. So we will have that for you coming up in just a bit. Now, first, let's talk traffic, though. Traffic so far so quiet on the interstates. Haven't seen any types or concerns. So at least at this point, we are doing okay outside. Just keep in mind you want to give yourself plenty of extra time and distance as you stop on the roads.
Well, since we're all in our fall feels, seeing that the weather is so fall-like, we wanted to talk about a fall activity. So, what's our poll question today, Nick?
So the poll question is, what do you prefer for fall fun, a pumpkin patch or a haunted house?
I have very strong opinions about this because, you know, I get terrified easily. I'm always team pumpkin patch all the way. Love wagon rides, love apple cider, love the corn mazes. And I just, like, jump scares, I cannot deal with that. No.
Meanwhile, Alex, you're...
Yes, so I just recently went to a pumpkin patch for the very first time, and I had a really great experience. It was really fun, but I'm definitely team haunted house. I love getting spooked.
You live on the wild side, all this spicy food and scaries, like,
Yeah.
you're much more adventurous than I am.
Maybe we're just basic, Nathan, because I'm team pumpkin patch too. I mean, you think about it, you walk around, you find that perfect pumpkin, you go, okay, this is what I'm going to do with it. And then, especially for me, I remember growing up as a kid, there was a pumpkin patch right next to the orchard. So you'd go out, pick your apples, put the bags down in the car, and then go pick out a pumpkin and come back. And it was a great way to spend an afternoon this time of the year.
Yeah, well, we already got, Mr. Hudson, my oldest son, he went out to the pumpkin patch with his school. They brought home some pumpkins the other day.
Nice.
So we're all ready to rock and roll, but you will not be seeing me at a haunted house. That's a big old heck no for me. Yeah.
All right, well, go ahead and comment on our Facebook, Dayton 24/7 Now. That's where you're going to find the poll question. Our time right now is 6:26. Still to come.
We are out in Fairborn this morning getting ready for their Halloween festival. We're going to have so much more coming up.
And dealing with war coverage in your mental health. In minutes, Lydia Weiss talks with an area expert on how to navigate social media and explain it to your kids.
But first, here's Stacey Bell with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki. I've been doing a lot of research on security cameras because you have to keep your home and your family safe, and there's always a sacrifice until I found the Ola Smart Security Camera. There is nothing else like this on the market. You want to know what sets it apart? The artificial intelligence, AI. You can talk to this camera, it understands you and answers you. I could say, "Hola, did Danielle come home last night?" It answers me and sends me a clip of her coming into the house. It can do that because it has body, face, and voice recognition. So you can program it to recognize your family members or friends who are constantly in and out of your house. It uses an app, so it's really easy to use. Another feature that we really like is the fall alert. If you have older parents and it's hard for them to maybe get into and out of your house, Ola will alert you if they fall. You can talk to them, you can send help, and tell me this, who isn't worried about porch pirates? There's also a package alert, so you know exactly when your packages were delivered. They really thought of everything. Ola was developed by ex-military officials, and every safety feature that you could think of in a smart camera, they really did it here. Right now, we're offering 30% off on the Ola Smart Security Camera. Head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 stories to get your day started. In Missouri, an 8-acre corn maze inspired by Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid is becoming the talk of the town. The owner's daughter wanted to do Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in a heart, but went with this instead.
This is way better, let's be real. I mean, like,
I'm so obsessed.
Yeah, but I mean, Andy Reid, yes. This is so good.
That is really cool, though.
I love the mustache.
Can you
I just
imagine
can't get
going
over
in
it.
there?
No.
I'm not good with.
No, I'm definitely.
geographically challenged, so I'm definitely getting lost.
I would like this better if it was a crop circle made by the aliens, and then they're like, "We need Andy Reid."
Just take me.
Take me
away.
And a California man won $10 million without picking his own ticket. Now, Brent Young says he let a clerk help him choose, and he ended up winning the top prize for the game. Some people are just a lot luckier than others.
Crazy.
That's why, like, if I buy lottery tickets, I send my wife because she always wins the free stuff.
I don't win anything. I've never won anything in my life.
Really?
No.
My wife wins like all the raffles. If she ever
My
puts her name in
husband has won
anywhere,
things.
and I'm just like, how do you do it?
Yes.
Hey, we're just not lucky people, I guess.
Guess not. Here in Ohio, hundreds of dressed-up zombies hit the streets of Wadesworth last night for Scare on the Square. Wadesworth Thriller. Let's see your moonwalk.
I don't have a moonwalk. I can.
You don't?
No. Do I strike you as somebody who's really talented at dancing,
I can see,
Alex?
Yes, you're a little.
No.
You're Mr. Musical Theater.
Okay. Okay. What are you trying to say there?
This year they came together to recreate spooky scenes from Michael Jackson's iconic Thriller dance.
Come on, do the. You do it better than I do. See, look, you are a much more gifted dancer.
I mean, I spent 14 plus years of my life doing it. So.
And I always avoid the dancing rules in theater. You're taking a live look over Israel right now with the war dominating news coverage in your social media feed. You might be feeling uneasy or depressed about the state of the world.
Lydia Mice spoke with a mental health expert who explains how you can process world events and explain them to your children.
Just know that this is impacting all of us, and what's going on in the world right now, it's just very anxiety provoking for everyone, no matter how well wrapped you are, how tightly wrapped you are.
Mental health experts saying that it's important to stay informed on what's going on in the world. But images like the ones out of Israel and Gaza can cause anyone to start feeling anxious or depressed. Dr. Christina Waite, the medical director for psychiatry at Miami Valley Hospital, says don't be afraid to reach out for help, even if you've never needed it before.
When you need help is when, you can't turn it off, you're obsessing about it, it's starting to affect your day-to-day life and how you function and what you choose to do. And maybe you're not having fun anymore. Maybe you can't relax.
And it's not just adults who might be watching the news and feeling uneasy about the world we live in. Dr. Waite urges parents to watch what media your child is consuming.
And I think the children need some context for things. So it's important to, explain to them that the world isn't constantly an unsafe place. On the contrary, there are many good people that try to protect them and care about them.
And if you don't know where to start when it comes to mental health treatment, don't be afraid of your local hospital.
You can always go to the emergency room if all else fails. We're there, Miami Valley Hospital, where I work, we're there all the time.
If you're struggling, head to the web version of this story at Dayton247now.com. We've got a link to Premier Health outpatient services designed to help with depression, anxiety, and much more.
Good morning. Still waking up to some scattered rain across the area. It has been pretty sopping wet going back to yesterday. I'm trying to think, what was it? Maybe 2-3 p.m. that the rain started, and then it really started to actually pick up at a certain point. I know I was at the gym, and I was listening through my headphones, and I was hearing the rain over the noise canceling, which is always a sign that it is absolutely pouring. Meanwhile, for today, if you're putting the kids on the bus, still going to be some scattered showers, temperatures in the 50s. what can you say? Just one of those days where maybe a day to spend inside at points. Meanwhile, if you're going to be spending it inside, just a reminder, we got the Your Day Extra podcast coming up later on this morning, so go there and check that out. I believe that's about 10:15 in the morning. As for traffic this morning, starting to pick up, as you'd imagine, but things have been moving smoothly. So, as always, I encourage everybody on mornings like this, give yourself some extra time and some extra space.
I'm still running for speaker, and I plan to go to the floor and get the votes and win this race. But I want to go talk with a few of my colleagues. Particularly, I want to talk with the 20 individuals who voted against me.
You're taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol right now. Ohio Representative Jim Jordan is holding a news conference this morning, hours before his expected third attempt to win Speaker of the House. Now, the Troy native spent yesterday trying to coax holdouts to support his bid, but some GOP members are already exploring other options. Most of the 22 Republicans who voted against him on the second ballot Wednesday say they are a firm no in their decision.
An update on the controversial battery burning program in Piqua. The Ohio EPA released their 7-page report on violations found at the site of the burns. Inspectors say the company, ESRG, were, quote, outside the scope, meaning the company violated the open burning permit issued to the city. They also say they've received 17 complaints since May this year. Now, people in Piqua say they still want more testing. The Ohio EPA told our station they're waiting for air quality data from ESRG before making another move. To read more on this story and others like it, head to Dayton247now.com. You can find this story on our homepage and find more details and pictures from the site. Today is the first day of Fairborn's annual Halloween Festival.
The event is all weekend long, so we sent out Melena Brown to check out everything you need to know before you head out the door. Melena.
Well, guys, as you can see, I'm outside Foy's right now, which is a staple when it comes to the Fairborn Halloween Festival, but I'm also joined by someone special as well. This is Tom Kirsch. He's the executive director for the Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining me. Let's ask you a few questions. We're getting excited for the day. How many people are you expecting to come out today?
Well, historically, we've had huge numbers, upwards to 10, 12,000 over the 3 days. Hoping the weather doesn't keep very many away, so most definitely many, many thousands.
I don't think the weather's going to keep people away.
Halloween seems to bring everybody out,
Absolutely.
rain or shine.
And the food. Can't forget the food.
The vendors are fantastic here.
And how much planning, how much work has to go into getting this done every year?
Directly after this, we do an after-action report. We put it in the hopper. We process it. In the spring, we start getting vendors, and all the planning begins. But the last 6-7 weeks has been brutal.
Awesome. And you were telling me you're hoping to maybe expand in a couple, years, get some more people. But what's your favorite part about Halloween Festival?
Actually, I have 3.
Okay.
I love the bands because I have friends that play. I love seeing the kids because they have an absolute blast, especially with the spectacular parade put on by the Fairborn Parks. And as well, the vendors. They are awesome people, and they help make this work.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you speaking with me this morning. May get a few more questions out of you next time in a little bit, but stay tuned because I'm going to head over across the street soon and show you the Haunted Museum. Back to you guys.
Ooh, the Haunted Museum.
I love it. I got to get out to Fairborn still. Maybe this weekend's the
this
play.
weekend is the time to do it.
Should be a lot of fun.
Our time right now is 6:39. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather right here on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Time flies when you're having fun. The final week of the regular season for high school football. Just ahead, Adam Arrow recaps the last game of Thursday Night Lights.
I was just having fun. You're watching Your Day.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A bald eagle soars freely over the Tennessee River near Chattanooga. Once under threat of extinction, this U.S. national symbol rebounded by 2007 due to protections resulting from the Endangered Species Act. And these are jellyfish clouds. The tentacle-looking streaks are called virga, which happens when precipitation falls from the clouds but evaporates before reaching the ground.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on Instagram.
Good morning and welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio. It is a very raw feeling morning right for now. The winds have not necessarily picked up a lot, but there is a stirring of the air, making it feel like it's a lot cooler than the 50. It also helps that there's so much water left over, and with more showers possible today, you're going to not only want waterproof shoes, a jacket, but also probably a way to keep warm. And frankly, today going to be very similar to tomorrow. Tomorrow may not be just as many showers, especially early on in the day.
Tonight marks the end of the regular season for high school football, and last night we wrapped up another year for Thursday Night Lights. Adam Arrow has a recap of Dunbar versus Ponitz.
What a fitting place to end our season of Thursday Night Lights than here at Welcome Stadium, a revamped Welcome Stadium, as Dunbar took on Ponitz tonight. Dunbar comes out the champion, 36-0, the final score. They take home the Thursday Night Lights trophy on the back of some big plays from their offensive playmakers, as well as a stifling defense that shut out a Ponitz team that did not quit throughout the night tonight. Dunbar looks like they are moving on to the playoffs. This is them getting the trophy.
A great win for you guys to end the season. Maybe you can just give me a couple of notes. What was the key for you guys to get a lot of turnovers forced and a lot of points here at the end of the game?
Yeah, so it's all about being able to overcome adversity. We had some situations where we needed to overcome. We were able to put some points up, come out victorious.
Well, Coach, I've already seen your players ready to celebrate this regular season finale win, so I think it's time we give you guys our Thursday Night Lights least famous recipe chicken champions trophy. Here you go, guys.
So again, another excellent season of Thursday Night Lights ending here at Welcome Stadium. Dunbar, they take home the trophy, winning 36-0 over Ponitz tonight. Now their journey in the playoffs has begun.
Our time right now is 6:46. Excuse me. Skycam looking live over the gym steady. From Friday Night Lights, just ahead, Nick has a forecast for the last night of the regular season.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. Here's the view right now over Dayton. We are talking about relatively quiet weather for right this second, but it has been a day where we've seen plenty of showers going back to yesterday. So the last 24 hours has been quite a bit active. It's just a little bit of a reprieve at this current second. Meanwhile, temperatures are ballpark where they were yesterday. If anything, will probably be cooler for today, just owing to the fact that we do expect another round of fairly, I would dare say, consistent late rain later on this morning. And then from there, it's scattered showers throughout the afternoon, tapering off as we get to the evening, optimistically by about 7 p.m., meaning kickoff for those last few high school football games, or should I say the last games of the regular season. That should be a little bit of a drier period. Meanwhile, for tomorrow, we'll start out with temperatures upper 40s and low 50s. I do think that we will upper 30s and low 40s. Drop 10 there. We do expect Saturday to be another day full of showers, but Sunday probably going to be a cool one as well. So the next few days, it is going to be cooler and cooler, not only during the daytimes, but especially during the overnights. Monday morning in particular is going to be quite chilly during that overnight. So keep that in mind. At least next week, we will have some warmer temperatures during the middle of the week. As for this morning, here's what's going on traffic-wise. So far, the only incident, I-75 south at Edwin C. Moses, but judging by the cameras, I'm not seeing a whole lot on the 75 Main Street or the 3rd Street. So maybe that's just a small one as of right now, or not backing things up. Other than that, it does look okay.
Our time right now is 6:52. Hit the snooze button. It's good for your health. At 7, your day. On your day, the new study that's hitting the alarm time a few more times.
Today is the first day of Fairborn's annual Halloween Festival.
Should be a great time. The event is all weekend long, so Melena Brown is there right now to check it all out for us. Melena, what's it look like out there?
So right now everything is still getting set up, but I am outside Foy's, which as many of you at home know is an iconic part of the Fairborn Halloween Festival. We have this huge pumpkin guy here who's also skeleton. I guess we could call him a skumpkin? I don't know. But as you walk further down, there's so much more to look at. They have a giant Frankenstein. They have so many different characters. This is the 22nd year of the festival, and it's put on by the Fairborn Area Chamber of Commerce. And let's talk about everything that's going going on this weekend. So starting today all the way until Sunday at 6 p.m., you can come out, bring your family, bring your friends for the Spooktacular Parade. They're going to have live music from different bands, a beer garden, also a costume contest, which I really want to see what people put together. And then they have a haunted museum and a zombie walk, and of course some of your favorite festival food like funnel cake. So again, this event is family friendly. You can bring your kids. They're going to have a trick-or-treat event on Sunday so they can come walk around to different designated vendors and grab some candy. So there is so much going on here this morning, and we can't wait to show it to you guys, so stay tuned. Back to you.
Future Wright State students can now register for Saturday's open house. Prospective students and families can explore the Dayton campus, connect with current students, and learn why it's a great time to be a Raider. Now, you'll get a 1-hour tour with the student ambassador of classrooms and residence halls. You can also talk one-on-one with faculty and explore the campus resource fair to answer questions about enrollment. The open house is tomorrow morning in the Student Union Center. Register now at wright.edu/Raider Open House.
Tomorrow is also Fall Visit Day for Sinclair Community College. Starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, students, families, and anyone in the community can stop by the Dayton campus. There, you can learn about Sinclair's more than 300 degree and certificate programs designed to prepare students for in-demand careers. They'll also have resources on financial aid and scholarships, transfer opportunities, and more. You can learn more at sinclair.edu. The University of Dayton is shining a spotlight on mental health. The Flyers and OSU's basketball teams will play Sunday to promote mental health awareness. Gwen Falloon shares details from last night's town hall leading up to the game.
The town hall is Coach Anthony's way of bringing some purpose to the pain his family is going through. His daughter lost her life after struggling with mental health. But last night, the Flyers men's basketball team, University of Dayton, and numerous local, state, and national organizations fought the stigma and educated people about the resources available for those who are struggling.
It could change the outcome for someone one of you cares about. Maybe for somebody in the audience that needs to hear the words.
The Flyers will take the court Sunday in a charity exhibition game against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The money raised will go towards local mental health organizations. If you or someone you know is struggling, there are resources available. The Montgomery County Animus Board has a crisis line you can call, and the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is also available. Just call or text 988. Back to you.
We have new information on the indictment against former Columbus Zoo executive Greg Bell, who's accused of stealing millions of dollars from the zoo. Now, prosecutors say Bell agreed to testify against his two co-defendants, former zoo CEO Tom Stolf and former marketing director Peter Fingerhut. Yesterday, Bell pleaded guilty to 14 charges, including conspiracy, aggravated theft, and tampering with evidence. He faces a maximum of 33.5 years behind bars and a $20,000 fine.
The former Dayton Public Schools employee accused of knocking down a child in this video now